This is Pav Bamber here for PSB Sports. I'm again the Golovkin versus Brook final press conference here at Canary Wharf. With me, I've got one of the most fascinating writers, I'd say, in UK sport, Mr. Paul Heyward. How are you, Paul?
Very good, thanks.
First of all, what did you make of today's press conference?
It was interesting. I think this is a happening as much as a fight, really, because some fights are sort of bigger than just boxing contests. I think in Golovkin you have a figure, a personality with world renown and world charisma, and I think there's already this curiosity about him. The boxing purist will want to see him for his power and his skill, but people who know slightly less about boxing will want to see him because they've heard so much about him.
What do you make of the weight? You got 147 champion going up against the 160 champion. The change of weight for Kel, he obviously looks big, he looks strong, weighed in at 176 at the check weight. What's your opinion on the whole weights factor?
Well, I think that Kel Brook's given himself every chance, because what he's done is put this weight on very scientifically. This isn't just a case of a fighter just putting on a few extra pounds so he can fight 2 divisions up. He's come down less than his natural body weight, so he hasn't had to come down to 147, and what he's done is he's put himself through this very rigorous scientific program to make sure that everything is balanced out. And I've spoken to the people who've worked with him, and it really is a very methodical operation. He's not taking a punt on this at all. He's fighting at middleweight, which is a gamble, but he's doing it in a very serious and scientific way.
What are the other guys from the media, national media, what sort of the word being in terms of this fight, Paul, in your opinion? How are they viewing this, would you say? Well,
I think there's a realisation that there's a megastar in town, somebody with a really special ability and talent. And when you start looking through Golovkin's previous fights, you're mesmerised really by the range of his shots, his technical skill, his balance, and his ability to take a shot, to throw a shot. That's one of the things that stands out. He's obviously got complete confidence in his chin, and he was saying to us earlier in the week that he will open himself up to a punch as a kind of game. He's saying to the opponent, well, come on, have a go at me and see what you get. And his counter punch is always a lot harder than the punch from the opponent. So he has this amazing depth of skill, and I find him. I think he's one of the most fascinating fighters we've seen in the last 20 or 30 years, and it's a shame in a way that he's only really getting the recognition now in his mid-30s, and we know the reasons why. He struggled to find opponents in his younger years because nobody wanted to fight him because he was so dangerous. And I think with Floyd Mayweather now edging off the scene, it's really set for Golovkin to establish himself as the greatest fighter in the world.
Finally, Paul, I know you've kind of got to stay neutral as well, but how do you see the fight going on Saturday?
Well, I think it's too big an ask for Kel Brook. I think he's an extremely capable, talented fighter. But I think if he was a natural middleweight and had been fighting at middleweight all his career, you'd look at the fight differently, but he's giving himself 2 almighty challenges. One is the step up in weight, and the other is the quality of the opponent. And I think it will be too much for him. It's a win-win in a way, because if he wins, it's one of the biggest boxing upsets in 20 or 30 years. If he doesn't win, people will say what a brave man he was to accept the challenge, and that's an accurate description. It's a really courageous thing to do.
Paul, thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you soon.
Yes, will do.
Thank you.